त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। గుడ్ మార్నింగ్. అందరూ బాగున్నారా? ఇంగ్లీష్ బాగా నేర్చుకుంటున్నారా? వచ్చిందా కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ కాస్త? గ్రోన్ ఇన్ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్. Have you adopted the technique that I have suggested you? What did I say? Reading, reading, reading. That is the mantra. You have to fall in love with books. You have to fall in love with sentences and words. It is not difficult. Only thing is abhyasa. For example, if I want to become good badminton player, what I have to do? Badminton, badminton, badminton. Will I become a great badminton player? I have to go onto the field and play, right? Yeah, hard practice. There's no shortcut there. If I want to become a good singer, musician, What I have to do? Every day I have to practice. Is there any shortcut? There is no shortcut. Practice, practice, practice. There are certain things which come only through abhyasa, practice. No other substitute there, no other shortcut is available there. You would adopt that method. For that, patience is required. The problem is today our minds are very restless for various reasons. We have not been taught concentration of mind. I remind the students again and again, first try to develop concentration. What is the difference between a monkey and human being? The genetic difference is very little. Genetically, chimpanzees and monkeys are very close to us. There is very little difference. But in terms of intelligence, the phenomenal difference between a monkey and chimpanzee and a human being, such a huge leap in evolution. పరిణామ క్రమంలో మంకీ చింపాంజీ నుంచి మనిషికి చాలా పెద్ద గ్యాప్ పెట్టారు భగవంతుడు, గాడ్. Genetically, physiologically, there is not much difference. But they cannot focus. Have you seen a monkey? Yes. All the time, it's so restless. Not only monkey, every animal. Have you seen a squirrel? Squirrel, how restless it is. It jumps like this, like this, like this, like this. Many birds also like this, like this, like this constantly. You are not observed, I believe. We are not observing anything today. No observation. How the creation has happened, how other creatures conduct themselves, how we conduct ourselves. You have to practice focus. You have to practice attention. You have to practice concentration, patience. That's all. Abhyasa, constant practice and patience. Today I see a good number of people are absent-minded. పరధ్యానంగా ఉండటం చాలా ఫ్యాషన్ అయిపోయింది. ఎవరి ప్రపంచంలో వాళ్ళు ఉంటున్నారు. ఎవ్రీబడి హ్యాస్ హిజ్ ఓన్ వరల్డ్. You miss the world around. The phenomenal creation that God has done, we don't notice it. We don't pay attention to. Everybody lost in his or her own thought. Because we exist, we have thought. Thought only is an instrument of being. మనకి మనస్సు ఆలోచన అనేటువంటిది ఒక ఉపకరణం. Right? We are not thought. Thought is an instrument. Okay? This book I have. If I say I am this book, you consider me a madman, right? అవునా కదా? I have this book, I read it, I use it, but I am not this book. It's mine, but I am not this. Similarly, you have the mind, but you are not the mind. When you understand this, you try to perfect the instrument. You will try to improve the efficiency of the instrument. How can that be done? How to practice focus? It's a very important subject, but we don't study it as part of our school or college curriculum. Swami Vivekananda also says, if I had to redo my education, what I would do is, first I would try to concentrate my mind. After achieving the required degree of concentration, I will collect the facts at will. I will take as much information as I want and then put it in my mind as much as I want. And you will have the freedom. So, how this concentration can be perfected? We don't today really are conscious of anything that is going into your mind. Just as we take physical food to nourish the body, we are taking so many impressions into the mind on an everyday basis. When you travel here to this place after morning getting up, when you travel by bus or two-wheeler, you'll be seeing hundreds of faces, hundreds of pictures, hundreds of photos, hundreds of scenes. Every human being is a particular impression, right? Every face is different. Suppose you see 1,000 faces before you come to this place, from your home to this place. All the 1,000 impressions have to get stored up there in your mind, right? 1,000 impressions have to be stored there. And you just see how much actually we are loading our memory. So a memory card is always a kind of confusion. Suppose you are living in a forest, in a village. More or less the same scene day in and day out for you, right? అంతే కదా, ఒక పల్లెటూళ్ళలో ఉన్నాం, ఆ చుట్టుపక్కల చెట్లు, ఆ గ్రామం, అదే సీన్. You never come out of the village. Same 100 people in the village you see. All there, already the impressions are there, nothing new. There is no scope for your memory card to get confused, okay? To get burdened, as it were. But here it's not like that when you're living in a city with 1 crore population. Every day, thousands and thousands of impressions you are taking into your mind. So then how to purify the mind, how to concentrate the mind? Prayer. Compulsorily you have to do to purify the mind. And meditation, you have to do it. A repetition of God's name. God, I mean the power that has created the mind. When you repeat God's name according to your faith, it purifies the mind, it strengthens the mind. God's name has that much of power. When the brain cells structure is altered, right? Vivekananda became so powerful because of that. He was also a human being like us, but you just see the genius. 9 volumes. What knowledge? Phenomenal knowledge. He said, I have given message for 1500 years. Just he lived for 39 years. How that could be possible for a single human being? Power of focus, power of concentration, power of attention. It has to be practiced. Otherwise, the mind gets distracted, scattered more and more. With highly scattered mind, to acquire any skill, it becomes very difficult. So just pay some attention to your mind. Try to purify the mind by repeating God's name. That is the simplest and easiest sadhana that you can do. It is available to everybody. It's not Brahma Vidya. Okay? It's not something very complicated that which you have to invest money to acquire that, to get that. Very simple sadhana. Start doing it. It helps your mind. Okay? To achieve a greater degree of concentration. And after that, you have to have patience. Then open the book, fall in love with words and sentences. Then 4 to 5 months, there will be significant improvement in your language skill. Thank you. Nice day.